everything I talked about today, just remember safety is our #1 priority. When you're spreading this message to your parents, when you're spreading this message to other teams, remember that basketball is more dangerous or just as dangerous as flag football. Okay? This is not the NFL. This isn't, high paced. Imagine that your athletes of your ability are going to be who you're playing against. So the athletes you're worried about getting hurt, they're probably going against someone else who's worried about getting hurt. When they make collisions, it's going to be like that. Okay? Just remember that everything we're doing is about safety first. All of the rules that we have in place is about safety first. Okay? First things we're going to talk about is equipment. All right? I gave everyone an agenda, and you also have a set of rules over here. Okay? We'll go through what you would need to start your program. First things first is the flags. If you have not purchased your flags, the flags that you want are called triple threat flags. Okay? The difference between the triple threat flags and the other ones, the entire belt will fall off. Okay? It has 3 flags. Come over and pull my flag, Lucas. All right, when he pulls my flag, pull it hard. There you go. The entire belt will fall off. The other ones have the individual flag will be pulled off and you Velcro it back on. Okay? We do not want to use those. You want to use the triple threat. A couple reasons why. Triple threat is a little easier to pull off. I know Lucas, he was trying to be gentle, but they're a little easier to pull off, and you don't have to grab the flag to pull them off. If you reach for something and you grab the rope and pull it, it will come off. Okay? If you have the 3 set of flags, a lot of times people will get their fingers stuck in. You might jam your fingers or something. This way, the entire belt falls off. Okay? We're going to tell our officials after you score a touchdown, they'll come over and they actually pull your flag off to make sure that you don't have it tied and that you're cheating.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
With the flags, you get 3 flags you gotta use, or just 1?
You have to use.
You have to use 3.
You used all 3, and for placement of the flags, we would like 2 on the side and 1 in the back. Okay. These things, they obviously move a little bit, so just try to get it set one way or another. Okay. A lot of coaches that I've talked to that have done this as a sport, they actually take out. They have a lower ability level team, and they actually rotate the person who gets their flag pulled. They'll rotate them in and out. So if I grab the ball and someone pulls my flag, I run to the sideline so a coach can put my flag back on and a substitute comes in for me. That way I'm not out in my huddle trying to get it back on. Okay? So that's the way that they've kind of done it.
So you pull 1 off at the top.
The whole belt comes off.
Nope, the whole belt
That's
will
what
come
I'm
off.
trying to
You just grab the flag and just pull
Yep,
the whole
the
thing.
whole belt will come off, and these are called triple threat flags, okay? This is about $3 at Walmart or wherever you want to go. We got ours from BSN, and they were $2.50 per flag.
And we will actually have flag sets. We ordered enough so that every field, whether you guys have them or not, every team and every field will have enough to play with come November 1st. So we have them,
Correct.
but you guys don't have them yet.
But moving forward, each team will have to supply their own flags because you should be practicing with your flags anyways. But for this tournament, we will have some there if you do not have extra. Next thing, mouthpiece. Every person that plays has to have a mouthpiece, okay? Reason is not so you get punched in the face and knock out a tooth. It's for concussions. In case 2 people do hit and you have that contact, you'll have that mouthpiece to take a little bit of the shot, okay? As coaches, I would suggest going to Walmart, buying 10 extra. They're $1 a piece, and I would just keep them on the sideline in case one flies out and you can't find it anywhere. You'll have that extra one because if you don't have a mouthpiece, you will not go back in the game. Okay, it's all about safety, remember? The ones that we have, we actually got some extra ones for the tournament also, and they were 60 cents. So obviously they're pretty cheap. And if you do, you can go to a local dentist. A lot of times back in high school, we went to a local dentist. They can fit your mouth and get one that's real nice and fits your mouth. If they would donate their time, that'd be something that you guys could look into doing.
We just heated them up and then molded them
You can also
ourselves.
do that if you boil them and then bite down on them for 30. Obviously, you would want to run it under cold water afterwards, not just put that boiling water in your mouth. Run it through cold water, have them bite down, and then it'll fit right to your mouth.
That's how they did it in the 90s at least.
The football, okay? We have about 2 per field, 2 or 3 per field. That way you can rotate in and out. Ball gets launched real far. But they're youth footballs, okay? They're youth size or junior size footballs. You do not want the big size footballs. The ones that we have for the tournament are Nike, and they're a little bit smaller than this actually. Not a lot smaller, but just a little bit smaller than this. Reason is, it's a lot easier for a lot of our athletes to have smaller hands. So we just use the youth size football all the way across the board. Okay? Next thing, rubber cleats. You can have rubber cleats, you cannot have metal cleats. Okay, now those can be football or baseball, soccer, whatever, but they cannot be metal cleats. They have to be a rubber cleat or a tennis shoe. No boots, obviously, it's an athletic sport. Tennis shoes are okay. Pockets, we don't want any jeans or your shorts. You don't want any jeans, any khaki shorts or anything like that, and you really don't want anything that has pockets. The reason is when you're grabbing for that flag, I've seen it happen, someone gets their hand caught in here and the trousers come right off, right? Make sure you don't have pockets. That's a big thing to look for. You can wear sweatpants. You can wear, like Lucas has had baseball pants on. Those are all okay as long as they don't have pockets, okay? Any questions on the gear as far as that's concerned? T-shirts are asked to be tucked in, obviously because the flag's going right around your waist. These are all things that you can be penalized for if your athlete catches the ball and is running and they have, their shirts long and covering their flags, they can't be penalized for that. Okay, so make sure they're tucked in. And the officials will try and help you and they'll get you to tuck your shirts in. Okay? Jerseys, everyone needs to have matching shirts, whether it's a t-shirt with a number on the back, but all the jerseys need to be matching. Pennies are also okay if you're all wearing the same color. Okay? Numbers do not matter. I know in high school football and some other sports, the quarterback has to be 1 through 10 or whatever. Doesn't matter in this because everybody's an eligible receiver. Okay? Any questions on any of the equipment so far? Okay. Moving on to the field. As everyone can see, we line the field out with cones here, okay? We play a 60-yard field that's 60 yards long, and that's end zone to end zone, and then it's 25 yards across. The reason is it actually helps with the width of the field to be smaller because it allows for more touches for the athletes because it's only 5-on-5, and it also allows for the slower athlete speed-wise to catch up to the faster athlete because they don't have to run as far of a distance. With the wider field, when the faster athlete cuts that corner, there's really no chance for a slower athlete to catch him. But I don't want to call it a miniature field, but 25 yards wide, it allows that slower athlete to run and catch the faster athlete. Okay, any questions on any of that? Biggest difference between our sport and some other sports like NERSA and things like that, we have a marking here at the 5-yard line, and all possessions will start at the 5, and I'll cover that in a minute. Then it would be midfield, which is 20 yards. There's another marking. There's 5 yards in front and 5 yards behind, and then there'll be a 5-yard on the other end, and the goals are 10 yards wide. Okay. We have what's called no rush zones. Okay.
Run.
Sorry, I always call it rush, but it's run. Okay, so please catch me on that because there's two different kind of rushes. There's called no run zone, okay? 5 yards before your first down, which is midfield, you cannot hand the ball off and run. The reason is we're trying to avoid contact. A lot of times they've found you'll get 1 yard from the first down. The easiest thing to do is hand the ball off to someone and they can gain that yard. Well, all the defense was doing was loading everybody up right there and you just have a big collision right there. So we have these no run zones. 5 yards before the first down, 5 yards before the touchdown, okay? You have 4 downs to get across midfield and then it starts over, okay? And you have 4 yards to get a touchdown or you lose possession of the ball, all right? All possessions will begin at the 5-yard line unless it's an interception. So my team does their gets their 4 passes. We can't get across the first down line. The other team gets the ball, starts from the other 5-yard line and works their way towards their goal, towards their end zone. All right, does that make sense to everyone? Only exception is an interception. So if I throw an interception, Lucas catches it, he is down right where he's at. You cannot return a touchdown. Once that interception's caught, they're down right where they are. Does that make sense to everyone? Any questions on that? The other tricky one, which is it's not an interception, but it's also not a fumble. Here you go, Lucas. I'm running and I get past the line of scrimmage. I'm in the field. I fumble or lose the ball and it falls to Lucas's hands, that's actually an interception, even though it's not technically an interception, but it's not a fumble. All fumbles that hit the ground are dead where they're at. Okay? So that's that one exception to the fumble. If the fumble hits the ground, the offensive team retains possession unless it is a turnover on downs, unless it's their 4th down and they didn't get that 1st down. Okay, here you go, Lucas. 2 more things about the fumble. If I fumble the ball forward and it lands over there, it's down where I'm at. Reason is, a lot of athletes will run and they realize that, oh, I can't get that 1st down. I'm gonna fumble the ball forward and it goes out of bounds and they get a 1st down. Well, no, you're gonna come back to wherever they lost the ball.
It's a Dave Casper rule.
Exactly. If you lose the ball and it goes behind you, it's down wherever you lost the ball behind you. Okay. Any questions on that one? Pretty simple. All right. Just like in NFL, high school football, the game starts with a coin toss. They'll bring the captains out, do a coin toss. You select whether you want the ball first or you defer to the second half, pick directions, normal things like that. There are no kickoffs though, and there are no punts. Like I said, you'll always start from the 5-yard line. So when a team starts, they're starting from the 5-yard line. 4 downs to get a 1st down, 4 downs to get a touchdown. Okay. Now you make a big pass, and it goes all the way down, and you're 5 yards from the goal. You do not come back to midfield. You'll stay at that 5 yards and go, and you have 4 downs to get a touchdown. It's not like once you cross that line, you come back. You'll actually stay there wherever you cross, and you have 4 downs to score from there, whether you're at the 1-yard line or the midfield. Okay. 30-second play clock. That means when the referee sets the ball down, you have 30 seconds before the next play has to be snapped and go. Okay. Reason is you don't want, if the whole team runs over the sideline, gets the play, and then runs back over, and you take it a minute at a time. Right? You get 30 seconds in between to snap the ball. 20-minute halves of a running clock. Okay. So as soon as the game starts, start the running clock. Halftime comes, no matter what. Obviously, if you're in the middle of a play, you continue that play till it ends. But after the 20 minutes, it's over. Okay? That's the way we're going to go to start. Later on, we might end up adding a 2-minute timeout, or where in the last 2 minutes the clock will actually stop. But for now, we're going 20 minutes all the way through. Okay? Take a 5-minute halftime, and you'll play the second half. A 20-minute half for the second half. Any questions on that? Pretty simple. 30-second play clock. Each team will get 1 timeout in their half. All right, 1 timeout, and they'll start over. Okay. Scoring is very similar. Score a touchdown, you get 6 points. You have a choice to either go for 1 or 2. 1, you'll start from the 5-yard line and go in. 2, you start from the 10-yard line and you go in to score. Okay. Pretty easy stuff. Now I'm going to get into the difficult stuff. Okay.
So if you go for 2 or from the 10, you could run the ball in, right?
Correct. If you go from the 10-yard line, you can run the ball. But if you go from the 5, remember you can't run the ball. As long as you're on the 5-yard line, that counts as being inside the 5 yards. If you're on the 6 or the 5.5, then you can run. But if you're on the 5-yard line, that counts as being inside that 5 yards.
You guys get a half to get a 1st down.
Correct. You can get 1 1st down per possession, and then the touchdown.
So essentially, you have no more than 8 plays to score a touchdown.
Correct.
That's the maximum number of plays you can take.
And we actually, Paul and I both really like that because the ball changes hands a lot. It's a fast-paced game. A lot of people are touching the ball. It wasn't very slow at all. Like one team would score, and then the next team would have a chance, and they would go. And it went back and forth very well. I thought it was very smooth.